Plaintiff Stephanie Luano was good friends with the defendant until she hooked up with her heroin-addicted boyfriend. Stephanie claims she agreed to let the defendant sell her television for $800, but her boyfriend sold it for $300, so she's suing. Defendant Lori Anaya says she's only being sued because of Stephanie's abusive husband, who's with Stephanie in court today. Lori insists Stephanie gave her permission to sell the TV, and she's countersuing for harassment.
Start with you.
Okay, Your Honor, let me tell you a little about myself. I was a troubled youth. I got kicked out of high school. I went to another high school. I was told by my counselors I wasn't going to be anything. That motivated me to be something. I went to college at age 16. That's where I met the defendant, Lori Anaya.
How'd you get in college? Did you ever graduate, or you took a GED? Or?
No, I got my high school diploma. I got it earlier.
Good.
That's where I met Lori Anaya. She was a really good friend to me until she got influenced by her heroin addict boyfriend. She dropped out of college. She started doing drugs when she was pregnant. She would smoke weed and she would drink.
That's not true.
Plaintiff Stephanie Luano is suing her former friend, who claims Stephanie's husband, who's with her in court today, physically abuses her.
You're suing her for the cost of a television. Did she steal something? Is telling me about her bad character relevant to this?
Yeah, that's what I was getting to.
Good enough.
And she stole my TV to help her boyfriend with his heroin addict needs. Yes.
All right. Let me get to her with some background before we get to the specifics on the television.
Okay.
Ma'am, you want to give me any background on yourself and your friendship with her?
Well, first of all, Your Honor, the only reason why we're here is because of her husband. He hits her and she's scared of him. And she never told him anything about the TV. I asked her, you know what, do you want me to sell the TV for you? She said yes. She never told him anything about it.
Let me allow her to get into the facts of the television.
This is my husband, Luis Lujano. I had a confrontation with him on May 29th. We had a huge fight. I asked him to leave. He left. That same day, he went to go look for one of his ex-girlfriends. His ex-girlfriend did call me, and she told me that he was looking for her. So that made me mad.
You need to be suing him. Yeah, I'm with you.
That made me really angry. And Lori Anaya, I was talking to her, and she came over to the house. She was telling me like, you need to leave him, this and that. And I told them like, I don't know what to do about rent money. And then she said, well, you do have the TV. And I told her, yeah. And then she said, I can help you sell it. And I told her, okay, but I want to sell it for $800. The agreement was that we were going to sell it for $800. But
she was going to give you all the $800?
Yeah, she was going to give me the $800.
Okay, so what did happen?
Her boyfriend sold it for $300 without my permission.
All right. And gave you the $300?
No, he didn't give me no money. My husband came back on May 30th. We worked things out and everything. When he came back, he asked me, the first thing he noticed that the TV was gone. I told him what had happened. He was mad and he told me, get the TV back, because he told me, I work hard for my money and everything I give you, I try to give you everything you want for you to sell it for $300.
You made the deal.
Yeah,
he can't come and tell you to breach a contract that you've made.
We never had a contract. It was
yes,
just
you
like
did,
a verbal
man. When you told her to sell it for you and give you $800, that's a contract.
But she never sold it for $800.
All right, but that was the agreement, though.
Yeah, that was.
So don't say you never had a contract. You did.
Okay.
She just breached it. If what you say is true. If she didn't give you the $800, then you sue her for $800. By the way, you're suing her today for $1,653
for the whole price of the TV.
Yeah, but that's not the deal. The deal wasn't for the whole price of the TV. The deal was for $800.
Okay, but she didn't sell it for $800.
All right, but you get compensated for the breach. Let's hear from you, ma'am.
Well, she had asked me to sell it for her, so I said, you know what, okay, I'll go ahead and I'll ask if he could do it for you. Since you need the money, you need the help, you need a place to stay, you know?
The agreement was how much?
She never said an agreement. I had repeatedly asked her for how much, and she never told me anything.
Very good. Did you sell it?
Yes, I didn't. My boyfriend did.
How much?
He sold it for $400.
All right, did you give her that?
No.
Why?
Because she wanted the TV back by then. Because she wasn't okay with $400.
Right, like the husband told her to.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
She wanted the TV back, so we said, okay.
All right, did you give her the TV back?
No, I didn't.
Why? You kept the money and the television?
No, I didn't keep the money.
Where's the TV? Let's make it real clear.
I don't know where the TV's at.
Plaintiff Stephanie Luano is suing her former friend, who claims Stephanie's husband, who's with her in court today, physically abuses her.
Where's the TV? Let's make it real clear.
I don't know where the TV's at. I do not know.
Okay, you were responsible for it. Counterclaim for harassment is for $500. How so?
Because she was harassing me. She
How?
kept.
Tell me how.
She was calling me. He was threatening to
No.
kill.
We're talking about her. We're
But
not
he was
suing.
calling to
No,
kill my
ma'am.
husband.
Talk about what she did.
She was saying that we're gonna get what we deserve. That she was saying that.
Okay, and that's why she's suing you.
She said, "Wow, Lori, you."
Yeah, I didn't think so. All right. Ma'am, she says that she doesn't know what happened to the television.
I got it back for her.
You said you don't know what happened to
No,
it.
I got it back for her, Your Honor.
I just asked you what happened to it.
We had got it back for her. I told her that when a guy gets off of work, we would get it back for you. And
Did you?
yes, we did.
So why did you tell me you don't
We
know
got it-
what happened? You're
because-
changing your story.
No.
$800 for you. She initially said she doesn't know what happened. When I was about to tell you you get your judgment, suddenly she gets her memory back. Your claim for harassment is dismissed. Judgment for the plaintiff, $800.
I don't want
We're gonna be
friendship with
friends.
her.
I don't want a friendship with a person like that lies.
I
And
don't
she
lie to
knows
you.
that she
You
had
lie
a
to your
TV
husband.
and she had the TV outside.